What is up guys, Zach here from the Chaos Galaxy, and today I'm doing another tier list video ranking every product, everything I've released within the Galaxy. So booster packs, starter decks, reprints, Planetary Collections, all that good stuff. 17 products in total, so I'll get to that in a second. But first, if you want to support the game and get your hands on any of the products you see here, there'll be a link to the online store in the description. Please join the Chaos Galaxy Discord and follow me on Instagram too. So, starting off with where it all began, set 1, the origin of chaos. This is the full artwork of the booster pack, by the way. This is where it all began. It's got to be in a high tier. I mean, iconic cards like Galaxy Crash, Humongous Ancient Rockman, Drangel, Pelfam, some of the best competitive cards as well. Obviously holds a special place in my heart, and it's the highest selling Chaos Galaxy product in the entire game. I want to put it, I don't know if I want to put it in S tier though, because a lot of the card artworks are simple and I've improved my art skills, and the mechanics of the game have improved so much since then, and there are some cards that don't quite work. So because it was the first set, it has to go high up, but because it was the first set, it also means it has some flaws. So set 1 is in A tier. Next up, where has it gone? The first released starter deck for the game, which was the Depths of Palicium. Got a really cool archetype. The Zeta Rays are one of my favourite archetypes in the game. Also, the first activator in the game was released in this product. So I think I'm going to go with... Ooh, is A tier too high? I think that's A tier as well. And then the second starter deck, which came out at the same time, is the Infernos of Sheos. Again, I think these are, even though they were the first two, they're definitely two of my favourite starter decks. The Sheosian Lava creatures are one of my favourite archetypes in the game. Again, the boss creature, Sheosian Lava Behemoth, is fantastic, but they're not too overpowered. They're kind of just what I want to see in an archetype, so you are going in A tier as well. I promise I'm not going to put everything in A tier, but after that, we had set 2. Deepspace Discoveries, and in my opinion this is where the game really took shape. There were some really cool cards with abilities, some fantastic iconic cards in the game: Omnius the Planet Abomination, Beast of the Black Hole, and a lot of the worst designed cards that were in set 1. I kind of ironed out a lot of those problems with set 2. The set's not perfect, but I think it's my favourite set in the game actually, and I'm gonna put set 2 in S tier. Then we had the next wave of starter decks. We've got starter deck 3, actually, sorry, this was starter deck 4, the Wastelands of Baro, in which we saw the Boulder Dragon archetype, which is one of the weaker archetypes for the game. Some of the artworks on them are cool, and there were a few cool unique cards in this set, like Solomancer is one of my favourite cards in the game, which came out in this starter deck, even though it's not used with it at all. But the Boulder Dragon's kind of weak, and I don't like this starter deck anywhere near as much as the other one in wave 2 of the starter deck, so that's going in C tier. And the other one I'm talking about is the Mysteries of Gaios. I love this starter deck. The Night Jungle cards were probably the first really competitive archetype in the game. I think this starter deck really marks a turning point for the game. My artwork as well, I got really good at sort of blending with my Copic markers and started experimenting a lot with that, so my artwork really stepped up after this deck came out. 2 downsides to it though. The boss creature, Uram, I'm not a big fan of him. And number 2, the Night Jungle cards, although they were great competitively, they were really complicated to use, and I think a lot of players were maybe put off playing the Chaos Galaxy because of how complicated these cards were. People would just get beaten by them and not really know how. So I would put this deck in S tier. Definitely got to be one of my favourite starter decks, but I'm going to put it in A tier. Next up, we have Legends of the Cosmos, the first reprint set for the game, which had the best cards from the first 2 sets and the first 2 starter decks. It's a cool product. I think the packaging design I did on it is really, really good, and the cards look so nice, and the pack looks so nice printed out. It didn't really offer anything new to the game. There were 2 new limited edition cards by fans which were amazing, but because it didn't really offer anything new, I also, when I made it, messed up the ratios so that there were too many ridiculously rares. So kind of, I do love this set. I do like this set, and I would advise people to get them instead of set 1 and set 2 packs, but I'm going to put this in B tier because it didn't really change the game much. Next up is set 3, which is probably the most difficult thing to rank because it was 2 sets really that came out at the exact same time. We've got Galactic Divide 1 and Galactic Divide 2. Now I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with set 3 because although the things I love about it are that it contributed so much to the lore with the set split in two with Sindian and Sindell. It introduced the Chaos Beasts, which I love. I think they're one of the coolest aspects of the entire game, and came out with a lot of meta cards for the game as well. However, I think when I was making this set, it was the least invested in making the game I'd ever been. So I think a lot of my passion wasn't really in the cards. And because it's a really big set, it's got like 120 cards in total. I got kind of bored towards the end, and there's not much I like about the set in terms of the activators or resources. Yeah, I think out of the core sets, set 3 is probably my least favorite. I think I slightly prefer the evil side to the good side. The good side, yeah, I'm really not a fan. I think that's C tier. Actually, you know, I'm going to move the Boulder Dragons down to D tier because I definitely prefer it to that starter deck. And I think the evil side it had some really cool cards like Cerberam, the Crossbones creatures. I think I'm going to put that in B tier. Okay. Next up, the third wave of starter decks, we have the Justice of Sindian, starter deck 5. Not my favourite starter deck. The Utopian cards, I don't mind them. Sindian is probably my least favourite planet to design cards for. It's a tough one. I'm not a big fan of the artwork on the boss creature, but I do like using it in games. Sindian is a planet I do use to battle a lot, so that redeems it slightly. I think it's D tier. I think this is kind of joint with my least favourite starter deck with Baro. And then the Sindell, the Corruption of Sindell starter deck. Base Galaxy 6. Definitely one of my favourite starter decks. I really like the boss creature. Really love the archetype. The Gatomics are, I think, maybe my favourite archetype in the game, the way they're used. A lot of other people love them too, and the whole story behind them. Some really good reprints in this deck too. Beast of the Black Hole being one of them, and Pelfam being another. Love this starter deck, and it's either A or S tier. No, I don't think I'd rank it above some of the other ones in A tier. Sorry. I'm really filling up A tier. Maybe I should have thought this through a bit more. And then the latest set is the next release. That is set 4, Planets United. Definitely got out of the rut I was in set 3 when making this set. It was lockdown. I made this set so quickly. Was really, really passionate about the game whilst I was making it. Loved the new Chaos Beasts I put in, loved the new dynamics. I took a lot of the planets. It introduced the new planet Teklar, which rounded off the lore as well. This set kind of came at the perfect time. My artwork, I think, is amazing in it. Well, not amazing, like amazing relative to the rest of the sets I'd released in the game. And I absolutely love this set. I'm going to put it in A tier. I think if I had to get a pack of cards, I'd probably, actually no, set 4. Oh no, it's going in S tier, sorry. Set 2 and set 4, I think, are the GOAT products in the Chaos Galaxy. Next up, the final or latest wave of starter decks, not the final wave, the Storms of Rokah. The Dustrog cards, I think, are a really cool archetype. I love the boss creature. I'm not a huge fan of many of the other artworks I've done for them, but they're a really, really cool set of creatures I've put in here. It kind of changed the dynamics of the planet Rokah a bit, sort of put it on the map in the not competitive scene, but they're definitely playable now. Rokah was always sort of memed as the worst planet, but this makes it a lot better for sure. And yeah, the Dustrogs and the Storms of Rokah starter deck, one of my definitely more favoured starter decks. I'm going to put them in B tier. And then at the same time as that, we had the Creations of Teklar starter deck. The artwork for this starter deck I absolutely love. It's really cool having the first archetype of combiners too. However, besides the Kazarax, a lot of the new Teklar cards I made for this deck I didn't really love. It was kind of a slog drawing some of them. And the way the Kazarax actually play in like a real game of Chaos Galaxy kind of annoys me because they're pretty competitive, which is good, but they're very annoying to come up against. So I love the archetype in here, and artwork wise that moves it up, so I think B tier is good for the Kazarax. Also, you kind of have to give it points for originality too. It's the only combiner based starter deck in the game, Next up, we have the Creators of Chaos. Kind of the most unique thing on this list, the fan art set for the game, and I was just overwhelmed. When I announced that I was doing this set, I didn't realize how many entries I'd get. I also didn't realize how freaking sick it looked when you opened a pack of this. Sorry, I know I said you should buy Legends of the Cosmos, but buy a set of Creators of Chaos. The cards inside look so freaking cool. It just doesn't really come across on camera. Like No Name Friend said this as well. Like, it doesn't come across on camera how cool the cards in this set look all together. When you open a pack of 18 different cards by 18 different artists all for the game, it's unbelievable. I have to put this in S tier. If there's a set above S tier, in fact, maybe because I'm not putting anything in F tier. I don't think there's any product in this game that's been a failure, but I'm going to sort of move everything down and put Creators of Chaos in S tier because I love this set so much. Oh, then that's kind of... No, I'm leaving it like that. I'm leaving it like that. A tier is the new S tier. Creators of Chaos has to go above everything else in the game, I think. Next up is the Planetary Collections. So we've got the Planetary Collection Baro and Palicium, which were released at the start of this year. Really pleased with how they came out. The boxes look amazing. The new cards from the booster sets are doing really well. This released the Baro Chaos Beast too. I'm really happy with the Planetary Collections. The only thing, I wish the prices on them could be lower. The cost of production is quite high, so the price on the Game Crafter has to be high. So I wish they were more accessible. But I do like the Planetary Collections. I'm putting Baro in B tier. B tier. Or maybe it should be C tier because it does contain the Wastelands of Baro starter deck as a big part of the cards inside. The booster pack definitely brings it up. Like, the booster pack will probably be A or B tier, and the starter deck is obviously E tier, so it has to be somewhere in between that. And the awesome boxes, I think, on the Planetary Collections look really cool too. So then we've got the Planetary Collection Baro as well, which contains one of my favourite starter decks. It's got some really cool new cards as well that I'm really happy with. The new Zeta Ray I love. The new archetype inside I love as well. The only thing is they're a bit too good. They're really taking the competitive scene by storm at the moment, the Palifals archetype. So that brings it down a bit. But love 99% of the things about the Planetary Collection Palicium. So I think it's got to go high up in... B tier sounds too low for these now. I've really messed up my ranking, but Creators of Chaos has to kind of go above everything else. I think set 2 and set 4 are my favourite things. My favourite things in the game that I've made solely by me. So, guess that's the full list. Yep. Until set 5 comes out, which will be the next thing. So to sum up, in E tier, we have the Wastelands of Baro and Justice of Sindian starter deck. There's nothing in F tier because I don't think anything I've released for the game I truly dislike and sort of wish I hadn't made it. I know in some tier lists there are cards where I say, oh, I wish I hadn't made this or wish I hadn't put this in the game, so I'm putting it in F tier. But overall products, I'm proud of everything I've done for this game, for sure. Then D tier, on its own, we've got the lowest core set, which is set 3 Galactic Divide, the Justice half of the set. C tier, we've got the Legends of the Cosmos reprint booster pack, Galactic set 3 Galactic Divide, the evil side, the Storms of Rokah and Creations of Teklar starter decks, and the Planetary Collection Baro. B tier, which is kind of like A tier, because I really don't have many bad things to say about these products, but S tier had to be its own thing. We've got set 1, where it all began, and the first 2 starter decks, Depths of Palicium and the Infernos of Sheos. Then the 3rd starter deck 2, the Mysteries of Gaios. Starter deck 6, the Corruption of Sindell and the Planetary Collection Palicium. And then A tier, we've got set 2, Deepspace Discoveries, and set 4, Planets United. Set 4 probably being my favourite set. And then in S tier, we've got the Creators of Chaos, the community-made reprint set for the game. So that is the Chaos Galaxy every product tier list. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favourite product ever made for the Chaos Galaxy is. I didn't put battle boxes in here because battle boxes are pretty much the core sets of the game, just with a couple of added cards. But I know I'm still travelling in Central America until the middle of August, so it's just going to be these digital only videos until then. I'm drawing a lot of new cards, but it's difficult for me to get videos out that involve physical product, and I don't want to show off all the set 5 stuff kind of video after video after video. So the videos are a bit tougher for me to get out at the moment, but I'm still going to be working on them. and smashing through set 5. But yeah, that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe, get your hands on some of these products if you like the look of any of them. But I'd say, yeah, creators of Chaos. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, join the Chaos Galaxy Discord, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.